Hello and welcome to Computer Science 7. This is work for December 11th, 2020. So for today, we are going to complete Activity 3, Excel Shopping List. But first, you need to go to freetypinggame.net and complete typing test number 32. Be sure to record your score in your typing test document. So you should be in week 13, December 7th, 9th, and 11th. This is test 32, and you should have a score in Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Your activity 2, your partner skill check, should be completed. So Jacob, you do need to make sure you complete that. Activity 3 is what we'll be working on today. So if you still need to complete Excel activity 2, you need to open up the activity sheet from your Computer Science 7 folder, and also your Excel worksheet that you named Partner Skill Check. So you need to work through and complete all the steps in your Excel activity 2. Next, we're going to work on activity 3, which is our Excel shopping list. You'll find this in your Computer Science 7 folder. So the problem, do you have enough money to buy items on your grocery list? Use Excel to help you find out. All you have is $35 in your wallet. Will it be enough to cover the items on your grocery list? Follow the steps below to find out. So step 1, you need to go to hannaford.com to go, and then we're going to change the store to Oneonta. So basically you can just do a search in your browser. You can write Hannaford to go, and you'll come up with this page. And if you don't have the Oneonta store right here, next to the store that is there, you can change that, and then in the search terms, you can write Oneonta, and then just select that one. So just make sure you're selecting the Oneonta Hannaford. All right, so look up the prices for each of the items in your list below and write the price per unit of each item on the paper. So you'll be writing it on this document that you have in your Computer Science 7 folder. For weighted items, so for example, for these Honeycrisp apples, you need 3 pounds of them, but make sure you're writing the price for only 1 pound. So the first thing on our list is pretty specific. You'll notice that some of the things are not. If it just says whole wheat bread, you can pick any whole wheat bread that you like. But the first thing is 2% milk, and you need to get a ½ gallon of Crowley. So the easiest way to get it is to go up to the search bar, and you can just put in 2% milk. And you'll notice that your first choice is 2% Crowley milk and ½ gallon, and it costs $2.99. So in your shopping list, you're going to write the price of $2.99. And then do the same thing for each one of these. Remember, you're just writing the price for one of each of those things. So once you've looked up all of the prices and you've recorded them in your Activity 3 document, we're going to move on to step 2, which is to open a new Excel workbook from your Computer Science 7 folder in OneDrive. Please do it that way so it ends up in the right spot, and you're going to save it as your name shopping list. And then you're going to type in the column and row tables, row labels like the table is above. So in other words, when you get done, this is what it should look like. If you want, go ahead and pause the video and just copy what it looks like. I already have the $2.99 for the 2% milk because we already looked that up. So that is step 2. Step 3 is to format the numbers in the price per unit and total cost columns to currency with 2 decimal places, and then enter the prices you looked up. So we're going to highlight all of this. And remember, to format it to currency, we need to use this drop down in the number group. I'm going to choose currency, and it's automatically giving me 2 decimal places, and then enter in the prices we looked up. So we said the 2% milk was $2.99. I'm just putting in random prices for a couple of things. These aren't necessarily the right prices, so please don't copy those. Please look them up yourself. And then step 4, write a formula to calculate the total cost of each item. Hint, units times price per unit. So in the total cost, we want, I know that you could probably do 1 times $2.99 and just write that in yourself without writing a formula, but the whole idea is to learn how to write formulas in Excel. So as we know, all formulas have to start with an equal sign. And to get the total cost, we need to multiply the number of units. So in this case, it's B2 times, which is the asterisk sign, times the price per unit, which is C2. So that's what your formula should look like, and then hit enter. Now we also learned a neat trick so that we don't have to write that formula over and over again, is we can just, there's a little box in the lower right-hand corner of your active cell, and when we hover over that and we get a black plus sign, if we drag that down to the bottom, it'll automatically figure the dollar amounts for each one. So yours should have all the prices filled out, mine does not. And then step 6, write a formula. Step 5, write a formula to calculate the total cost of all items. It says hint, use the sum function. You definitely want to use the sum function to do that, so you don't have to write in each one of these cells. And to do that, you're going to hit the equal sign because all formulas start with an equal sign. Sum, and in the proper format, you need a parentheses. And then we want this range of numbers, so we're going to start with D2, then we need the colon, and all the way down to D9. End parentheses, and you press enter, and of course your total cost will probably be more than what I have because I didn't fill out the whole thing. Step 6, write a formula to calculate whether you are over budget or under budget. I'm going to let you try to figure that out on your own. And then try to do step 7. If you're over budget, meaning you spent more than $35, how much are you over budget, and can you go back and change anything to save money? So that's basically it. Just remember, make sure everything gets into your Computer Science 7 folder so that I can take a look at it. So when you're creating this Excel spreadsheet, you're in your folder, hitting new, an Excel workbook, and the name should be your name and then shopping list. Your Excel activity 2 is in there if you need to finish that up. And your Excel activity 3 is also in there, which looks like this. All right, so I hope you have a great day. If you have any questions, you can always feel free to email me at any time.